I failed 8 classes when I was in law school, and even though my grades improved significantly towards the end, ended up getting 3 HDs in my last semester, those 8 failed classes were forever on my academic transcript, and 90% of the time I was applying for any law firm role, an academic transcript was requested. Welcome to another episode of Law and Law School, Unpacked and Unfiltered, where I either unpack or unfilter something in law, and today I'm going to unfilter. Because yes, the reality is most law firms, they do look at your academic transcript, and they do look at your grades. And to be completely transparent, when I was in the job searching stage as a law graduate before I became a lawyer, I really did struggle, and I did really felt so self-conscious about my grades. I really did believe that my grades were probably the reason why I was being turned away. But now that I'm on the other side of it, I'm now a lawyer. I work in a good law firm. I work in a good supportive environment, which I am so grateful for because that is so important in your career. And now I'm on this side of it and I look back at it. These are a few things that if you are on that journey where you're trying to find a job and you're worried about if they look at your grades, they're gonna find it as a deal breaker. Here's the thing. Your grades aren't the only thing that determines how good of a lawyer that you are, and I will stand by this for as long as I live. I just really emphasize it. It's not the only thing that makes you a good lawyer. Because the thing is, the things that make you a good lawyer, you need to be able to have good communication skills. You need to be able to have good advocacy skills. You need good client skills because, oh my god, you need good technical skills. You need to know how to easily adapt. You need to know how to work with people. You need to be good at, solving problems, being good at being solution oriented. There's a whole list of things that I could give you, and let me just tell you, you do not get those things from studying and getting good grades. Don't get me wrong, getting good grades are important. You should strive for good grades. Remember, all of the skills that I mentioned that make you a really good lawyer, that comes from actual work experience or anything where you're being practical, you have the hands-on experience where you can actually apply the things that you learn. There's one thing in law school, at least in Australia, that you really lack is the actual applying those skills. You get that more in the PLT than in uni. And look, I'm not putting down any law firm that may find your grade to be a deal breaker. Like, there are some that may find grades to be a deal breaker, but there are some law firms out there, and I know that's out there because of the ones that had hired me, that would look beyond your grades and actually see like how good you are at your job, what you can contribute to that company, what skills can you contribute to that company to help them. The law firm I work for now, I sent them my academic transcript. I did my PLT placement with them, and they wanted me to send their academic transcript before